Why is it that some people go through college, get their master's, even a PhD, but when life knocks them down, they have no idea how to stand back up? And yet others, people who've barely read any books, it can say one thing that stops us in our tracks. Have you ever wondered, why do I know so much, but still feel like I lack real wisdom? I used to feel that way too. Until I met a man, no degree, no fame, but in just 5 minutes of conversation, he made me realize I had been wrong for a very long time. Wisdom doesn't come from books. It comes from how you live every single day. And in today's video, you're going to discover why knowledge can't protect you from the real failures of life. The simple daily habits that wise people live by. And 3 things you can start doing right now to become more grounded and resilient. Don't take your eyes off this video, because what's coming next completely changed how I live my life. Number 1, knowledge doesn't always mean wisdom. I used to believe the more you study, the wiser you become. The more books you read, the better you live. But one day, I met Dan, a friend from college. He was a top student, got his master's abroad. On the outside, Dan was a picture of success. But that day, he showed up completely broken, lost his job, marriage falling apart, his mental health in shambles. He said something I never forgot: I know so much, but I don't understand myself at all. Knowledge teaches you theory. Wisdom teaches you how to live when there's no correct answer. For example, you can study all about effective communication, but wisdom is knowing when to stay silent, to keep peace with someone you love. Tiny lesson: knowledge is what you collect with your eyes. Wisdom is what you build with your heart. So how does wisdom actually show up in our daily life? Let's move to the next part. Number 2, the wise live what they believe. Have you ever heard someone say all the right things, but live the exact opposite? I've been that person, talking about minimalism while my room was packed with clutter. Telling others to stay calm, but losing my temper over a random online comment. Until one day, I met a mechanic in the countryside. He never talked philosophy, but every morning he cleaned each tool like it was a precious gift. Customers complained, he smiled. In the heat, he still wore gloves to keep things clean, he said. Whatever you do, do it fully. Those words shut me up. The wise don't need to preach. Their life is the teaching. Tiny lesson. Wisdom isn't found in what you say. It's in the small things you do over and over again. And sometimes wisdom is most powerful in what you choose not to say. Which brings us to the next part. Number 3, knowing when to be silent is a form of wisdom. Ever notice this? The less mature someone is, the more they try to prove themselves. The wiser they are, the quieter they become. I remember this big meeting, everyone was speaking up, giving their ideas. Except for one woman, she sat observed, silent. Then, in the final 2 minutes, she spoke and changed the entire direction of the project. I asked her later, "Why didn't you say something earlier?" She smiled, because often the one who talks the most understands the least. Silence doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're listening deeply, thinking clearly, and responding only when needed. Tiny lesson: not everything needs to be said. Wisdom is choosing your words and knowing when to keep them to yourself. But to stay that calm, to hold back without anxiety, you need something deeper: self-mastery. Number 4, self-discipline is the root of wisdom. Ever know exactly what you should do, but still can't do it? I was addicted to my phone. Sad scroll, stressed play games. I knew I needed better rest, but I didn't act on it. Until I started writing down 3 tasks each morning and turning off my phone for the first 2 hours of the day. At first it was hard, but over time, I stopped being dragged around by old habits. Self-discipline isn't punishment. It's a deep form of self-respect. Tiny lesson: the wise create boundaries, so true freedom can grow within. And if you're asking, where do I start? The answer lies in the smallest things coming up next. Number 5, 3 things you can start today to live more wisely. You don't need to read 10 more books. You don't need to become a monk. You just need to begin bit by bit with these 3 small habits. Listen to someone fully without judging. Just listen. You'll understand more than any advice could offer. Ask yourself, is this truly necessary, before spending speaking or reacting. Take 10 minutes a day to do absolutely nothing. Just breathe. Be still. Hear your own thoughts. Final lesson. Wisdom isn't a mountain to climb. It's a journey of living slower, deeper, and more consciously. So are you ready to change how you live? If yes, drop a comment below. I choose to live wisely.